Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Ben from NolanTCG.
Hello.
And Kurt from Locals.
Hello.
How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with you, Kurt. You've had a bit going on.
Yeah, I'll bring it back to last Sunday before today,
Okay.
which was the OTS event that we had.
Mm-hmm.
That we didn't talk about.
Yeah, we didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that is true. They
Painful.
didn't want to. Well, I ended up coming second. I played Centurion. It only came out 2 days after.
We did
Oh,
discuss
before?
it because I said it was a big brain move that Kurt went out and picked up Centurion, and no one expected anyone to have Centurion yet. This big brain.
I did that. Nobody expected. I think I versed this poor branded dude. Game 1.
The guy who showed up.
Yeah, I felt really bad because I just did the combo. Couldn't play the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then he didn't come in today. I'm like, oh no.
I don't know if that guy's local to us. I don't know.
I
Did
think he
travel?
just come in for the OTS.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where he came
I don't
from,
know.
but
I felt bad, but then I versed Andrew. Andrew, long grindy game with birds. Leo, I then versed. Finally beat him. It's taken a while for me to beat him, but me bringing in Centurion kind of just made everyone surprised. So
It's the same thing as Josh being like, haha, if no one knows what I'm playing, then it's fine.
I mean, you can generally work it out with Josh. It's just the hand trap lineup's going to change in whatever Cyber's nonsense he's playing.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is true.
I then lost to Josh in the final because he just opened
Hand
up
traps?
nuts. Yes.
That's what
Yep.
happens.
Opened up 2
That's what
DD
he
Crows in game 2. I'm like, cool. That kind of ends my turn. Then on Tuesday, I ended up winning locals against Cyber Dragons in finals.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Game 3 against Ethan, I bricked real bad.
I'm like, I thought he was playing something new. I'm like, he's gone up here. Surprised. Like, for me, with my deck, I'm like, I'm guessing because nobody knows how to play it.
Yeah.
Cyber Dragons, on the other hand, I was not ready for because
Game 1 against him, I was like, fuck, I gotta dance around and not leave machines on the board. And like, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Anything that was called Cyber Dragon, I was get rid of that shit. Game 2, I was like, well, this isn't good, and he just wins. And then Game 3, I was like, this is unplayable, and he just wins.
I was struggling against him because his first interaction was that field spell.
The continuous
that makes everything machines.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, he's made everything machines. I do the King Calamity lock, stop him for the turn, but he just goes, take up everything.
Can you King Calamity look if you activate that card?
Yes, because you target a level 12 and then return the Crimson.
I thought you had to target.
And then summon a dragon.
I thought you had to target a dragon
No,
specifically.
I read that.
It's the level
I
it
read
cares
that.
about, and then in the extract it just needs to be a dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it had to target a
No,
dragon.
I read that before I did it all.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, this
No.
is legal.
That's okay.
But yeah, he just kept on grabbing up all my monsters. I had to rebuild my board every turn. I'm like,
Yeah.
this works.
Clockwork Knight is a fucking bonkers card.
It's a bonkers card, but
He also adds an Earth Machine if it goes to grave.
yeah.
Like,
To which
that's
I
not
learned he wasn't playing one.
No, Cyber Dragon.
Well, he
Don't-
needs a Therian Regulus.
Eh?
Speaking of Therian Regulus, I have spares because our one came.
Our one?
You asked me to get your place.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot.
Those arrived, so we now have Regulus.
Yay! I have a negate.
So now I now have a spare. I'll hit Ethan up. Ethan, I have a Regulus for
completely
you.
forgot that was a thing that we did.
Yeah. It was like 2 weeks ago. Jake was like,
I still need.
I was ordering one and I was like, Jake, can you give me a playset? Done. Ordered you a playset.
I still need the fucking Revolution Synchrons,
That's so expensive, man.
and they're just nowhere. I've not seen one for sale for so long.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them on the Facebook pages. They're all
I
like,
haven't even seen them there. But
they've been getting surprisingly cheap.
it's not cheap enough. Anyway,
Continue.
back to your week.
So
Yeah,
got first on Tuesday,
yeah.
then today. Today I versed Ben game 1.
You bricked so fucking hard.
Well, you went first, so you opened up the nuts. I opened up no hand trap, so you just did your whole combo.
I got really confused by that because then on the following turn you had Nib and Ash, and I was
Nib
like,
and Ash, yes. Because I drew the Nib on the
oh,
Legatia.
yeah, one was the draw for turn, and then one
Yeah.
was okay.
I drew 2 hand traps
I didn't-
after the turn.
I didn't realize you were drawn twice
But
because I was like,
Why is he hand trapping me now?
game 2, bricked. massively.
Yeah.
I had nothing.
Yeah.
So then you won that. Went to Jake. King Calamity did him game 1. He got real mad. Then game 2 he realised that it does nothing to his deck.
Yeah, Unchained is surprisingly unfazed by stopping their effects on field.
Let me just set my traps and pop.
Well, game 2 was I went first and I had the cross out for the
Yeah,
nib so I could play.
He potted Prosperity 6, grabbed the cross out, and I'm like,
Hopefully he doesn't play Nib for this.
oh, what does he play? Because I had Nib and Imperm. I was like,
Yep.
okay, I'll Nib Imperm him. And I should just clear the board.
No.
I'm like, uh-oh,
No.
you don't work anymore.
No.
Impermed, and then Nib he crossed down. I'm like, okay, cool. Game 3, he Impermed my Primera, and I was stuck.
The normal summon. And that was it.
You didn't have the extenders.
No.
Damn.
So, he won.
Yeah.
Then I won against Cash round 3.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about that in a second. Ben!
My week was fine. Like we discussed already. I went X1 at locals. I lost Ethan. I did the classic thing lately of just like hard bricking when I need to not hard brick.
You did that like Sunday and Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I did it. Lately it's been every single time I'm like, okay, this is a situation where I just need to be able to play.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can make things a nice contest. On Tuesday night, I legitimately drew the same exact 5 cards that I drew against Luke in Game 3 on Sunday. Of like, Rescue Ace Trap, Field Spell, 2 other garbage cards. I was like,
What do you do?
I lose. Today was fine. Went X1 again. Lost to Leo in time. Intentionally didn't scoop. Intentionally didn't take the draw.
Yeah.
So that we had a third round and Jake had to actually play to win. Because Jake was like, no, it's a draw. And I was like,
I wasn't saying it was a draw.
I
I'm just saying
concede.
you missed an effect.
it's fine. Yeah, I got burned for time. But it's okay. The deck's fine. I think the only thing in retrospect today, I probably should have banished more off Desires to try and get to a Shatos in Game 3. I didn't realise how little time was left. Otherwise, I would have just gone, Prosp into a Shatos, go. Instead, I just Prosp for 3, took a draw, and then passed, not realising I wasn't going to get another turn. So,
Brandon Regain is a really sleeper hit, I reckon.
We'll be chatting about that very soon.
guess what? It's fine. You just pop it with your Turbulence.
We'll talk about it in a second.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah. And that was my week. Pretty standard. I did build the chest. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose.
2017 now
2017 YCS in a box.
So my week. Tuesday, I don't remember a great deal about Tuesday. I'm pretty sure the guy from Canberra was in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
He was playing Rescue Ace, and I opened the almost perfect hands against him, to a point of absurdity. He went for he was playing the Cybersea version of the thing where you set up the spell and trap negati with the link 5 and all that nonsense.
Yep.
I had the Nibiru for that, so that didn't matter. Won that game, and then game 2 he sets up the SP, playing somewhat conservatively. He didn't go for the bonkers shit. He just went SP, go to summon Turb. I was like, activate not Imperm, Nibiru.
Yep.
Chain the SP. Then I chain the Imperm. Summoned the token in attack mode because I remembered, crashed into the token, evenly matched, got rid of the 2 back row, and then normal summon Tool Guard for full combo. I was very happy about that.
That's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I wasn't in the finals with you, so I must have lost early-ish. But
You
I
lost
can't
round 1.
Yeah, what did I lose to again?
PK Horus.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
Jake
because my Prost banish was terrible.
Jake was too busy talking.
So I go to banish with Prosp, and I'm in the midst of picking targets, and my opponent just throws Ash out there before I've dictated how many I'm banishing. So I've had to be Okay, so I haven't picked my targets yet. You need to wait for that. Anyway, I'm chaining Ash Blossom. So I just like picked 3 things out of the extra deck so I could move on. And one of them was the Link 3, which I needed to fully break the board. Without the Link 3, I could only get partially there. And then everything was just sort of stuck in this weird, shitty state.
He was big brain.
Yeah, you got big brain.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Good Jake, big brain you.
Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, and look, I think that was like one of the first legitimate wins he's had. So if he has it, he has it. It's fine. And then today, versed. Who did I verse first? I versed Cash Terror first. They bricked real bad. Versed you second. Turns out, as much as I hate Calamity still, I don't currently have a problem with it because my deck doesn't care. And then in the finals against Leo, just standard dragon tings of like banishing my best link ever when it's in the grave, sending my monster rather than destroying it with the thing that he banished my link with, and just general recycling of everything. And my hand in game 3 was actually horrendous, like double a Ruha and 1 Rukea and a Nibiru, like effectively 3 normal summons and a hand trap. It's not ideal. Yeah. Like the only saving grace I had is that like he set up the seals,
Yep.
and the IP.
Yep.
And I had the Nibiru on board. So I was like, okay, threaten battle phase, attack into the seals. He bounced it back to my hand. So I was like, okay, cool. I have a hand trap for next turn. Don't know what I'm going to do this turn, but we'll work that out as we go.
Sorry, don't worry. My brain just went off with a tangent.
As it
It's
does.
fine.
Yeah, and that was the finals. And then I pulled another one of Per Lily. So I have that to now get rid of.
That's your second? Did you get rid of the first?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I offered it to you. You said you didn't want to pay for it. So then
Yeah.
I sold it to someone else.
Smart decision. Smart decision.
Same offers there this time around.
Nah, it's fine. It's okay.
Um,
I don't want to invest into that deck.
Oh, and then briefly, before we get into the big news of Master Duel, in Master Duel, I was playing a lot of the Ritual event because the Nouvelle deck was just kind of fun. The Vendred deck was bad. You kind of need more stuff going on in Vendred. Like, you can do some synchro shenanigans with Herald and all that kind of shit, so without it, it's just bad. And then in the main ladder, I was just playing sort of like a cash punk pile.
Yep.
But it kept, like, not doing a lot.
That resets tonight, doesn't it?
No. No, it's not till the end of the month.
No, it resets within a day. I know that.
Really?
Well, the battle pass resets.
Oh, the battle pass. Oh my god, new mate soon.
Because I like logged on to play this morning and it was like resets in one day, and I was like, I'm
Ah,
not touching this anymore. Then bye.
that explains why there's an update tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so the battle pass resets.
Apparently there's a new secret.
Cool. I mean, there will be. There generally is.
Rescue race cards.
Dynamorphia.
Dynamorphia. Kurt just leaked on the podcast.
Dynamorphia.
I saw that there's a new Dynamorphia card coming.
But there isn't more Dynamorphia.
There's a trap.
No, one trap. Who cares?
That's
It's
all I
called
saw.
Solemn Judgment. Where's
What else was I
notes?
going to say? That's all right. We'll move on to Master Duel news anyway. So, the ritual event has concluded. I hope you got all your gems.
That's all I did.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's there for.
the notes are there?
Oh, God.
Cool.
So, they have released some new stuff into Master Duel. So, we have now
Wait.
available... What?
This is not the biggest news of the week, Jake.
It's not.
It's not. So can we cover that news first?
Which is?
YCS Sydney got announced 2 hours ago.
Very true. Yes, we now have dates for YCS and a location, Sydney.
The usual.
Yeah. So there was...
I don't know why I'm saying this sarcastically. I'm really happy about this.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why they've had to delay it. There was... I'm sure someone told me what was on, but I cannot remember.
Because Juicy Fest is on, Jake.
Oh,
Juicy
yeah,
Fest.
and you told me this, yeah, and I remember not caring now.
Yeah.
But now it's in March, March 8th to 11th, I think, including registration.
Yes, it's around those dates. That weekend.
Yeah.
That weekend.
So book your hotels. Because
You're already too late. It's been, like, it got announced 2 hours ago for us, maybe 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. I don't know. It got announced earlier. The hotel that we've booked has already gone up $300.
Yeah.
So
Insanely
good
expensive.
luck. If you haven't already booked, it's been another day, so yeah. I'm sure the budget ibis probably still has tons of spots. Just they've changed their policy now, so you have to pay now. I am paying $800 to pay for the budget ibis now, when I can spend the same amount and get a nicer hotel and pay it on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, it's nicer.
It's nicer.
At the very least, it has a nicer name.
It's closer.
It's closer?
Yeah, it's the one that's directly in front of the entrance, so it's above Subway and everything.
Oh, does that mean our room's going to smell like Subway bread?
No, because the hotel's on this side of the Subways. Yeah. If anything, it'll smell like the noodle place.
Oh!
Change
I'm
Jake's
so
whole
fucking
different
down.
thing.
If I smell Sunday all night, I'm going to be a happy boy.
I've also just realised that Jake turned on the lights, and the lights aren't the normal setting. So if we look really white today, it's Jake's fault.
Wow.
Jake woke up this morning and was like, "Oh yes, I want to be in the Da Vinci Code."
Anyway, so yeah, looking forward to that.
See you then.
Will be nice to see you all there. So circling back to Master Duel, we now have some
To
extra
meme or not to
assets.
meme?
So it was featured in a few of the solo modes, like the Rika one, but we now have the Glacial World field available for purchase. It's like a snowy kind of thing. Looks nice. Nothing special, but it looks nice.
I'll be real, because you have to change your field every time you set your deck, or you do pick a new deck. I always just play on the basic field.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't be bothered
There's
to
so
go and
many
change
nice fields as well, and it's not like you have to pay for all of them either.
I already have all the nice fields that I like. I just don't use them.
See, and if once Rescue Ace comes in, you'll want like the Magma one with all of the fire going on.
They need to, if they release like a Fire City one, then I'm in.
Actually, the Mutant one would look alright with Rescue Ace, I feel.
No.
Because then when you're dying, the lights will go off and you'll be like, activate emergency! We get the Gen X Furnace little thing surrounds. Doesn't really do anything for anybody.
Because we're getting Gen X support.
No, but I'll get into that in a second. So following on from their attribute line, we now have the water icon and the water deck box. What we are getting for Gen X is the second iteration of the Terminal World lore, which talks about how the Gen X were these weird machiney things that existed in the world and started fighting against the worms, worm with an O, not worm with a W.
Yes.
And then
Worm
in
with
the
a
true
Y.
tradition of people who see other people
I
doing
found that
things,
really funny.
they decided to exploit these machines.
Okay.
Yeah. So the best thing about this is that you get Gen X controller as your mate.
Surprising. Not surprising. I'll take Gen X controller as well.
I mean, you'd have to do the solo mode to get him.
I'm out. Don't need it. Don't need it.
Also happening in Master Duel, we have an upcoming ban list. So this one's coming into effect on December 5th.
That explains why I still had cards when I logged in today.
So, limited, we have Mathmech Diameter and Runic Fountain.
Yep.
Poor Fountain.
Yeah.
Was Diameter the choice to limit?
Yep, it's fine.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. No.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's the one that gives the negate, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
but
you
like-
want. It's the one that it gets protected once.
Oh, so it's not the negate one. I thought it's the one that gives the
No,
negate.
Diameter's the light one.
I
Make me
think
look up
if
fucking
it's
Mathmech
used for
cards.
an Xyz or a Synchro Summon, it gives it protection or something.
No.
negation.
If it's used for a Synchro and Xyz, once per
Yeah.
turn during the time, this card was special summoned, opponent activates a card, negate the effect.
This being one's great. Because now if you crow it or you best deal it, they lose. Game's over.
Limited. There's a few, because the OCG love a limit. No, semi-limit, sorry.
Yeah.
Semi-limit, they love a semi-limit. So we have Labyrinth, Stovey Torby,
Yep. Hit.
Pearly,
Yep.
Tempest Dragon, Ruler of Storms,
Yep.
Chaos Space, Silent Mining, Pot of Desires, Delicious Memory, and Quick Launch.
I'm happy with all
When
that.
I logged in today, I was like, there's a lot of
Semi
early cards getting semi-limited.
Good.
I won't be able to play my deck. And then I like went into ranked and was like, oh, my deck's still here. Well,
Oh well, summon towers pass.
yeah.
No longer on the list. We have Lyrilusk Cobalt Sparrow.
Didn't even know that was on the list.
Which one's Cobalt?
The reborn one, I think.
And Zodiac Dryden.
Yeah.
Shidak.
What's... Do they have Barrage there?
Don't think so.
Okay, then it doesn't matter.
No.
You're not getting it without using your normal summon? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, you could in theory go for it in Tribegate, but also no one's playing Tribegate.
No.
Yeah, so that's where we are at with Master Duel. But since we're speaking about ban lists, we are getting, in theory, close to when we're due for a ban list. This one's not coming in just before our YCS, thankfully.
It's okay, Jake. The next one will come in straight after our YCS.
Yeah, that's fine. But after the YCS is fine, because we will have had our fun with the decks and then they go away forever.
It always makes our YCS feel worse because it doesn't establish a format. It's the end of the format. People care less about it. It doesn't matter because it's not going to be streamed.
I know, no one knows about our YCSs because they don't get to see it.
Ryguy knows about our YCS. Don't you, Ryguy?
Yeah.
I just chose one viewer at random.
I'm surprised.
You should be
remembered
special,
me.
Ryguy.
Anyway, so who has some thoughts on the ban list?
Oh, are we asking for my... Is this your ask for Ben's ban list first?
yeah,
Okay. He turns to me. Do
I
we
already have my
thoughts?
fucking list, you
I know,
bitch.
because I made you do it. Okay. No stealing Ben. Off Ben. Okay, banned. Banned. Hot Red? Obviously. The
Nah,
one
what are you
which
talking about?
Everyone's going to say it. It's King Calamity. Let's get rid of that.
Nah, Ben Skylight, he doesn't want to get burned for time again.
Yeah. Both the Millers. Although I don't think it's super
Millers?
necessary. But
It's really not. It's
Tears come back. It's like, it's just, yeah. And my third banned card, Aquadolphin.
Yeah.
These feel very personal.
It's that hits consistency of Infernoble without taking away its consistency, and it also helps you to be able to actually fight back against that deck. Like getting
You're not
Aquadolphin
wrong,
is
it's just-
brutal.
Yeah,
Like they sit,
especially when they do it twice.
they normal connector, you have to ash them, and then they just play literally any other fire extender, and off to the races they go. They're,
And also most lists are playing triple tack, so they'll
Yeah.
also just rip another card out of your hand anyway.
yeah, it's not good for the game. Yeah, the fact that they just never banned a Sol Day after all these years.
Isolde really is like one of the only broken Link 2s that's still left.
Because if you ban it, you kill so much.
Good!
It has so much collateral damage, whereas getting rid of Aquadolphin just takes away 3 normal summons for that deck. You just replace them with anything.
Battle box and stuff.
No,
Junk connector.
No, they play that
Or jump
fucking
forward.
garbage. What is it? It's like a hummingbird one, and it gives them life points, and they can win in time. It does the
Yes.
same thing, but it doesn't interrupt your hand.
Yes. Limiteds?
Limited?
Although some of these can be semi-limited or limited. I don't think it tremendously matters where they are.
The TCG admittedly don't like a semi-limit.
That's why I think they're going to be limited. But again, some of these cards can be semied.
Well, we did get a bunch of semi-limits. The ban was before our last one.
True.
Like, we got Fountain, Unicorn.
True. So these, all bar one, could be semi-limited. So for limited, we have Airlifter, Aruha, Sleepy Memory, Runic Tip, and Wakashi.
For Super
Super
Heavy.
Samurai Wakashi.
Ah,
And then
do we still care about that?
It's a
it's
one
just
card
it's popping
Baron.
up in a lot of decks. It's like
Bike is a one card Baron. So
Yeah.
putting it to 1 doesn't destroy that, but it just destroys
yeah,
that, like going into a level 8 synchro.
yes. And then my one card coming off, because we've already received the red Dragon Ruler coming off.
Yeah.
So Kieran is my card coming off the ban list, which should be an obvious.
It's
yeah.
fairly well telegraphed.
Yeah. And then so 5 of those 6 cards could probably go to 2 or 1, just kind of somewhere. So I haven't gone with a semi-limit list.
Yeah.
And then for my unlimits, Ancient Fairy Dragon and Potter's Dice.
Well, he thinks Desires come back to 3.
Yeah.
going lower in Master Duel, but in the TCG, it's free.
It shouldn't be at 2.
It was
Even though
weird.
2 is the ratio
2 is
that
the correct
feels
ratio.
comfortable to
If
play.
Modern Prosperity's at 3, Desires deserves to
Like-
be at 3.
Playing it at 3 is mathematically wrong,
Yes.
but it feels uncomfortable to play it at 3.
So, on my thoughts. So, for banned, I also have King Calamity.
Yep.
Turn skip cards just shouldn't exist.
Yep.
Branded Regained, I also have banned.
Okay.
So, it's like a resource loop that dragons like are enjoying a lot. Like, it basically means that your Magnamut at 1 means nothing because you're summoning it back every turn.
Yep.
And then, like, you're banishing resources, which is supposed to be, like, an area where you don't access them anymore.
Yep.
But it just puts them back into the deck and then you draw a card. Like, it's...
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't, like, it's not searched as such, you just, like, plop it on the field. It's stupid. And by getting rid of that, I think it opens dragons up to do more interesting things. Like, they could play Etude of the Branded, which lets them do off-turn synchro stuff and is a floodgate, admittedly, when you have a Bystial on the board. So, not ideal in that scenario. But it just gives
Jake's
them...
going to get dissipated with that and be like, I liked it better when they had Regained.
No, Regained is a legitimately fucked card. Like, it
It's
has to go at some point.
Next.
And limiting it does nothing. For limits, I've put a couple of slashes in these because it could be limiting either of these cards.
Which,
Oh, yeah.
I get where you're going, so...
So, for limited, I would either limit Emergency or Airlifter.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Yep. I would either limit Shavara or Tour Guide.
I don't want to see Tour Guide get limited.
No.
That's why I went for Aruha.
Are you sad for all the BA players?
It's just a card that's very useful in a lot of decks. It's the same reason why hitting fucking Assault Day. It just hurts so many things. Also, we had Tour Guide limited for so long, and it's finally back at 3. Let's not put it back to 1.
I mean, it's because it's so good generically. It is
is
one of
generically
those
good,
cards
yes.
that I feel like once more stuff comes out, it will just be a problem.
It's okay.
Like, I feel like if they decide to start doing more, not Unchained shit, but more Fiend stuff, it will just be a continual issue
Next year's the year of wind, so we don't have to worry about that.
until they bring out the Wind Unchained. The 4th twin. I also have Prosperity going to 1.
Yeah.
It's gotten its cheap reprint. That wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
me if they now just go,
Yeah, and like it's one of those generic cards that pretty much crops up in most lists that aren't Runic or Sky Striker. So I
Probably-
feel like they'll want to get rid of it at some point.
the most interesting thing part about that is the decks we're about to receive don't play Prosperity.
It's the best time to hit it.
Yeah, but like, are we going to hit it going into a format where it's not? We'll see a less play. Like the decks that play it at the moment will continue to play it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's not going to be a thing, but
In theory, then that's more of a reason for them to hit it because it drives people onto new decks.
yeah, I guess. And you can probably still play it in decks like Fire Kings. 2 weeks away, by the way.
Oh god. I also had
I'm looking
Kieran's.
forward to it.
You're like, oh god, we don't like the cards that make Fire Kings good aren't even out. Aren't going to be out yet.
Yeah, good. I don't want them
Why do you want Fire Kings?
because I don't want to have to think about new shit.
It's blowing shit up, Jake. But you like that?
I like it when I do it.
They go.
I like it when I do it, not when they do it.
Yeah, surely your guy's trigger in hand. Can you like not just put Fire King Island?
They don't trigger in hand. They
If you
only
destroy
trigger
them from hand.
Correct. They only trigger
Ah,
when they're
that
destroyed on
sucks.
field. Yeah, it's not great.
That sucks.
I also had Kieran coming back to 1.
Yep.
Again,
Makes
very
sense.
heavily telegraphed. I don't know because I think timing wise I'd have to do it now because I think Phantom Nightmare would come out before they'd want to do another list.
Yeah.
I have Runic Fountain going to 1. Again,
Yeah.
it's just it's had its life cycle.
A runic card needs a hit.
Yeah, I feel like that's it, or it's tip, one of the two.
Found something
Yeah.
1 or tip to 1.
One of the two. And then I don't see this happening, but it'd be really nice. Harp to 1.
Harp.
Just let me have it. Please!
You get Kieran or Harp, and one of these two is getting support.
But it's not doing anything.
Well,
like,
the thing is
there's no
that
point keeping cards on the list if their addition or subtraction from the list makes no difference.
well, the good thing is that the new horror stuff has seen a little bit of play with the Orcust.
I mean, if I could be bothered building it, I would absolutely build Hawkist.
So that might give him an edge to make it as one.
I mean, but it's not selling anything because they've already got people hooked onto Horus with
Okay.
other shit.
Yeah.
Like, again, reiterated, I don't see this happening. I just want it to happen.
We just need Orcust
I want my
support.
boy back.
Is there room to fit a PK package into Hawkist?
Yeah, the dude I was versing on Tuesday was playing PK or PK Horus.
David, he wasn't playing PK Hawkist.
Orcust.
I mean, you could. You'd need to
You need
be
a very small one.
Yeah, you'd need to like open quite well.
Okay.
Ben is intrigued.
No, I just wanted to say Hawkist more.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a fun word.
Just
to
wanted to
say.
keep that conversation going.
Semi-limit. I have one semi-limit,
Oh.
and that's evenly matched. I'm putting it in the same category as Lightning Storm. That's the generic card that everyone's playing that kind of blows
Yeah.
the game state away. So I feel like semi-limiting it, and if they do go through the thing of hitting prosperity as well, makes it a little bit less consistent to get to.
There's just been a lot of times throughout the
It's also
history
not once
of
per
Yu-Gi-Oh!
turn.
Where it's better. Like it's one of those cards that has been better in the past, and there's been reasons to hit it in the past, and they just haven't. So, yeah.
Again, and it's in that period where it literally just got a reprint in every rarity. So if there was a time for them to justifiably limit it,
Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Boards are stronger than ever, and we need cards for going second. Even though no one's playing, well, not many people are playing evenly right now. I know because I don't really get evenly anymore.
it's because we haven't versed in like 3 weeks.
That's true.
And then off the list, I have Ancient Fairy Dragon.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Does the same at 1 as it does at 3. You might as well have it off. Kurt! Oh, your list is fucking huge.
I told him to do an essay. He's got an essay.
Nah, I got a couple cards that I think I won't say. But, so, for Banned Calamity, as much as I love playing the card, because it's just fun, for some people.
It's just more interesting things you can do.
Turn skipping your opponent is always fun.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to think.
Jake also got very angry. So
Like, again, we go back to it. When I used to be able to just, like, do sword soul combos, get disrupted, just go,
Protoss.
Protoss. Cold Dark, Cold Dark, Cold Dark, Cold Dark, Cold Dark. It was great.
I wasn't there for that, so I would have loved it.
It's a good time.
King Calamity. I have Striker Dragon because that card's been here for too long.
Yeah.
Like Striker Dragon going into Boot Sector, into Tracer, into it's just an additional Savage. I don't see Dragon Link really caring much after that.
Just realised that in Inferno Wade I can play a Shartos and call Fiend and lock Jake out.
You can do that, but you need to be very confident that what you have on the board would stay.
Yeah, it's fine. I just summon back the Infernades that are in my grave.
I have a Rika hit with Jasmine.
Yeah. Like a Romus Fairy Jasmine?
The Link.
Get him banned?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
I feel like
It's coming after all of the UK.
yeah.
Yeah. What'd the British ever do to you?
I did have Shifter in banned, but I reckon I'd just put it limited.
Yep.
Merlee to get banned.
He's coming after the Fusey women.
Yeah.
I'm sad about it, but if Merlee gets banned, I'm hoping another card could come back.
No!
You're not getting back Jet. No.
Not Jet.
He wants Kick Callus.
Not Kick Colors.
Oh, you have whatever the fuck you want then.
So those are my bans. Limited.
Tell us in a second.
I want Sprite Elf back.
I said no elf.
You said Jet.
Oh, they're the fucking same to me, Kurt.
I want Elf back.
I have famously confused those a lot.
I'll take Elf back.
Elf is Elf to 1.
Yeah.
You get rid of it, you can't get it back.
Yes.
Really. Like, unless you shuffle it back somehow. But in Sprite decks, you can't. Emergency to 1, but same, airlifter, emergency. I have Shavara to 1, the red dog.
Yep.
Welcome Labyrinth to 1.
Yeah.
The Vanquish Soul Rock to 1.
The link.
Yeah,
Dang.
But it's getting an ulti print, Kurt.
that is true. So that probably won't happen, but Skill Drain Tikaboo 1.
Oh yeah, skill drain's still a thing.
Yeah, I just don't feel they're gonna.
They're not going to do it.
You
but
could just limit
it's a
PC
wish
Boo and that'd
list.
also take care
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm
Vanquish Soul.
saying. Vanquish Soul. Yeah, I don't want. Bring back Harp. I haven't looked into the Kieran stuff, so I didn't really give a.
This is why we're
Just
trying
put it
to
on
get
your
you to
list.
play 2017, so you
I'm
can understand
sorry?
the problems that card
Yeah,
caused.
Kieran's in Pendulum here.
Semi-limit, I don't have anything. Unlimited, I have Orange Light and Red Rose Dragon.
Okay.
Like,
I thought Orange Light went to 3 in the last list. Did it not?
2.
Oh yeah, then of course then go to 3.
Wait,
Yeah.
Red Rose Dragon.
Red
What
Rose.
is-
It's the
Ruddy,
tuna.
Ruddy Rose. Or red.
It's the tuna dragon that you
That's-
summon.
Yeah,
It got limited to 1
ages ago.
because it had a combo with Sword Soul where you just set up Baron before 5.
It also that card got played in so many things.
I do remember it like coming in. I just didn't remember why it fell off, and now I know why.
It fell off A because it got limited and B because you would summon it off LP
Hulk.
at one point, I think. Or Hulk.
You summoned it off out.
You summoned off Hulk and then went into your Guard Dragon combos.
Yeah, okay.
It was nuts. Because when it went to grave, it summons the other.
I think it added the quick play
It
spell.
added
that summons the other.
the spell that would summon the other.
Yes. So you'd Hulk summon that make LP. Then you'd use the spell, summon the other one, make Pisty LP effect. Off the race as you go.
But yeah. Hulk being banned, just bring back every tuner off the list.
Maybe not every 2 times.
Give us Glow Up Bulb. Or
Not Gofu. Gofu can't come back.
Gofu's back, Jake. It's been back for ages.
No, it's
Oh wait, no, it's the other one.
I was gonna say Gofu is not back.
And you could probably bring back both the dragons. The water one and the
The Dragon
earth
Rulers.
one. They're
Yeah.
dragon rules.
They suck.
They'll eventually come back. They only like look for reasons to
giving
bring them
us
back
the
every so often.
It's the year of
Like-
fire. When we get the year of water, you get back
Water,
title.
we get the-
Mermail support when. So yeah,
What do you mean, Jake? Genex Controller got support.
that's not Mermail though.
Yeah.
They haven't used Gen X since Deep Sea Diva could summon Neptibus.
Yeah, that's true.
Neptibus is so good.
That's my business.
Anyway, feel free to comment your thoughts on the ban list in our Discord. Link will be in the description below. Moving on to some more news, we have the artwork having been announced for one of the Sky Striker cards before we only had the effect. So this is the new Link 2. It's basically just Rose and Ray holding up a big ass sword. That's pretty much it.
Thank
The
God
effect of
this shit's
it's
done.
okay. Yeah, I know. Like it just depends on how hard they want to go into like the finale of Sky Striker, whether they just bring every Sky Striker card back to 3 for a format just to like sell shit.
Let's keep Mystic Mind banned.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see that card ever again. So in the OCG, the Terminal World box has come out. We got the last alternate art having been announced earlier this week, and that is Altican Hawk.
So when I first glanced at it, I was like, that looks like First of the Dragons.
Yay! There's similarities. But here's a regal boy with a crown, and of course they've zoomed in because there is a girl in the artwork.
No whistles.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no wolf whistling at random ritual women.
It wasn't a wolf whistle, but it was
It was close.
something. What's this card, Jake?
This is for the new White Aura support that's also coming out in the same set as the Sky Striker stuff. So this is target a fish you control, destroy that fish, and if you do, add a monster with the same name from your deck to your hand. Or if you controlled a fish synchro when you activate this card, you can special it instead.
What does that do?
The White Aura new support, like if you have something of the same on field or in graveyard, they summon themselves and do all the things, and they change themselves to tuners.
There's
and
no
blah,
like
blah, 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 blah.
fucking fish at Lanyard card that's gonna pop off from this.
No, but apparently there is a way to get that big fish coelacanth out with some goatee stuff. and then you can do some fish shenanigans. Then it has a grave effect. Banish it from grave. Target 2 fish in the grave with the same name. Place one of them on the bottom, and then special summon the other.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's alright. And then they get a trap that is bad, and I don't want to read it. We also, I don't know if I opened the link for it, but we also got...
That trap could be bonkers.
We don't read trap cards here, unless they have 2 effects. One has to be a grave effect.
Yeah, true. One of them has to read, you can banish this card from the graveyard.
Yes. Those are the only trap cards we read on this podcast.
We got a really weird card that has like niche applications, but it's all kind of just okay. Ebon's Sun. The artwork's really cool though. I like the artwork.
Oh,
It's
that
like
one.
got pyramids
Yeah.
with an eclipse and everything's gone dark and blah 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 blah. So if a face-up monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, gain life points equal to their total attacks. If a monster is special summoned face-up from your graveyard, target one of them and it gains 1,000 attack. And if a spell or trap is sent from your hand to the graveyard, target one of them, add it to your hand.
Are they once per turn?
Once per turn on each of the effects.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, like, bring back all 4 horses, get an attack for every single.
No, it's not quite that good. There was... I couldn't find the link for it, apparently, but there was also the... you remember the toy soldier?
Yes.
Yeah, there was support announced for that. It's really bad.
It's
Yes.
very bad.
Yeah. Like, at absolute best, it's a rank 4 engine, but it's a really bad rank 4 engine.
Absolute worst, it's Box of Friends support.
There it is. I found it. Yeah, so they all set themselves up as spell and traps, and then the continuous spell lets you pop them, and they do some shit. Emphasis on shit, because they really don't do enough.
It's not great
No.
at all.
No. But that does bring us on to our Discord. As mentioned before, the link will be in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us questions. So, our first question this week comes to us from Oracle. So what do you think is the most degraded archetype that was once a meta contender?
Ooh. I've been experiencing this a lot lately. So, for context, I've just been watching old YCSs. Like, a Fire and Ice Hand. Like,
Yeah,
dominated. Well, Trap Tricks is still kind of a thing, which is why I didn't want to preface Hat as a whole. But
Yeah,
artifacts
I feel
have been
like
mooted.
the 3 of them needed to go in.
Yeah. But, like, simply the fact that, like, Fire and Ice Hand used to be, like, a staple in everything. And now they are completely unplayable. I saw Lightning Hand and was like, oh, there's another one? Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
Back then it would have been insane.
Yes.
But it didn't exist back then. It got printed 3 years ago.
There was another hand card, but it was also kind of bad.
The prize card. Giant hand.
No, not that one. I can't remember what it was called, but it was bad.
Well, it's a giant hand.
I think Zoo as well. Like when you get murdered, it kind of happens. Did have a brief resurgence when Barrage and Dryden came back at the same time.
I think maybe we need to preface the fact that like, that has a lot of cards on the ban list, and if they were all at 3, you would play that deck in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because it's
But-
kind of generic.
The hat cards are just there. Just do whatever you want. Okay.
I'd say, I don't know. I haven't been here long, but I'd say Sky Striker.
True.
Like, it's not doing much
Again,
at the moment. And
like-
it's got everything back.
A lot of those cards are back at 3, and
Yeah.
it's not been touched.
Not their biggest one.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever see that back on the list again.
Which one?
Oh,
What?
Mystic Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, but like,
The deck is too slow to be able to do
yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
And there's way more spell and trap removal and like mass outage than there was at that time.
Yeah.
So you can just get rid of so much shit.
Yeah. It's nasty for them.
like I think I came in like just at the end of that,
Yeah.
and like I didn't enjoy missing Chads.
It's not great. What else is... Sky Strike's actually a really good point. Because a lot of that deck is back and it's just unusable.
Well, the thing is, it was very unusable without Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
Mystic Mine was the one thing that just made the deck
Well,
good.
Mystic Man
because-
was the only thing letting you keep pace with everything else.
Yeah.
Another one's Necros.
Yeah?
That entire deck is at 3.
Yes.
Like, you don't have Jinlock. That's a big
You don't
point.
have that. You don't
But
have
even
that.
when Jinlock was gone, Necros was still a very good deck.
Could-
It is now useless.
Again, it's just too slow. They even gave it a negate, and it still doesn't do anything.
Oh, I have another one. Sorry, go.
Could you say flu?
I mean, again, it saw some recursion when Unchained was topping because
it won a YCS
Yeah.
recently.
I don't know if I can say. It's like, it doesn't have statue.
Yeah, but it still won a YCS without statue.
Yeah.
pretty much all it doesn't have as well.
Cosmo.
Cosmo? Yep.
Whole deck's at 3. There's not a single aspect of that deck is still on the ban list, and that deck used to be like, holy shit, this at 3 is bastard.
It also used to be super expensive.
It's so expensive. So when I came back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And someone was like, look at these cards, I was like, I must own this deck. And then they were like, here's the price tag, and I was like,
I don't want the deck
I
anymore.
no longer want this.
you mean this card's $120 each? No.
No, I got
No.
SP at 180.
Actually,
That's fine.
just because you brought it up, I'm going to skip ahead to one of these other questions. Did I say who asked us this question, by the way? I can't remember if I did.
Yeah.
I did? Perfect. So our next question, comes to us from
We're kind of done
Ryguy.
that question, yeah. Yep.
If Yu-Gi-Oh! Did crossovers like Magic the Gathering has with Lord of the Rings and Godzilla cards, what would you want to see?
Which
so-
was Cosmo for us.
Yeah, so...
Also the Kaijus.
Yeah, the kaijus. The thing with Konami crossovers is they do not give any acknowledgement to the people they're taking their assets from.
We don't want to get sued here.
Yeah, so let's not share profits, let's not get sued. Let's just make loose references as much as possible.
Literally just Star Wars and Wizard of Oz put together. Here's a deck.
Yeah.
Not even discreet about it.
Invoked is heavily based on like Eidolons and Aeons from Final Fantasy, but again, not mentioned.
Apparently Centurion's based off an anime.
Shocker.
Yeah, same with Star Striker.
Dragon Maids.
Dragon Maids.
Literally as Kobayashi's as a deck.
Is battle boxes off something?
Sure.
Not directly, like it's just kind of boxing-ish.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Like we mentioned it, Kaijus. It's just Godzilla lore. The deck. Yeah.
I mean, briefly with the fairy tale kind of cards.
Oh, there's the actual like that fairy tale deck.
Yes.
I thought you meant like fairy tale snow lunar. I was like, but the actual Cinderella.
Yeah, like the Golden Castle
Yeah,
ish.
the Golden Castle of Stromberg. Literally a card called Cinderella. Oh no, they changed it for us, didn't it? It's Prinzessin.
Yeah, it's Princessin.
Yeah. In OCG, it was Cinderella. By the way, so Japan's like the first country to be like, no, intellectual property policy is important to us. Japanese companies just rip off the West, and they're like, I just don't see the similarities here. Like, China is worse,
Oh, China's so much worse.
but Japan is like, we literally just made an anime that's your TV show as an anime. I just don't see how this is similar at all.
No.
I don't see how you could compare these two.
Completely different.
Yeah. So
Sword Trooper and Stormtrooper, don't even know how you think those are a similarity.
yeah.
The Scaredy Lion would not be a scared lion. No.
No.
The Straw Man? It's not a Straw Man.
No. Don't see it. Don't understand. So next question comes to us from Arch. Pick 2 master rules, delete them from Yu-Gi-Oh! Explain how it would make the game better.
No. Not doing it.
What master rule wouldn't you delete though?
Well,
Why are you so
you
being...
just delete links and pendulums because they're realistically your only options. And
no
then,
ritual, no pendulum,
then
no
you're back
disease.
to you're back to that.
Yeah, look, as much
This
as
is a
people...
great format. Pre-links. Like, as much as we going back and retrospectively playing 2017 format, you realise how fucking busted links are.
Well,
Yep.
the thing is, you could remove links, and then we don't have the issue of having a full extra deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you more option, like people whinging that there's not enough space in the extra
Yeah,
deck, only
we-
because they need like 17 link monsters as options if X and Y happens.
Like, the amount of things that happen playing 2017 format where you're just like, if I just had a generic Link 2 right now I could remove cards off my board with, I'd be off to the races.
Yeah,
Instead
imagine.
you're like, fuck, I'm stuck with that
Is
card?
that Bahamut Shark's gonna stick around?
Why is this here? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Oh yeah.
I'm not bored, I'm just tired. I think as much as they were a pain in the ass at the time, looking back on it, I think it's kind of at a balance rate. Like, pendulum players will cry until the fucking cows come home.
Yeah.
But realistically, for the most part, everything else is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
okay.
just wish more effects had classifications rather than this, like, nobody knows. But that's not really a master rule thing. That's just judges being fucking lazy. Next question comes to us from Smithy46. Do you think we'll ever reach a point in the game where cards will arrive in the TCG pre-limited or pre-semi-limited? Master Duel styles is.
No.
No.
No, they like cards for us to be busted so that they can then print them in high rarities for us to pay more.
It's called selling.
Yeah, it is indeed called marketing.
See, in Master Duel you can just craft, so they don't really care.
I'm actually surprised that Konami doesn't publicize the OCG more. Because it's very much this kind of thing where, like, if you want to go and look into OCG trends, you need to, like, go and look for them yourself. Konami's not going to be like, here's this tournament we just had in the OCG. This is what topped. Look at what's coming in the future, guys.
I feel like it's a
like
case...
that in itself would be marketing
So
to push new shit.
there's a couple of things with that. One, they don't communicate it with us.
At all.
They don't tell us anything.
No.
So that just falls into that bracket.
Yeah.
Two, they know that we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to put in the effort to tell us what's happening because we're going to go look.
Was it like August 2016, the last ban list, where they actually gave explanations for cards?
Yes.
Yeah. They used to, by the way, they used to give a full PDF that was like, this card's banned, these are the reasons why. This card's banned, here are the reasons why.
It'd be good to get one of
this
them.
is why. Now you don't get shit.
It's just, we hit this.
We don't even get a date. We get some time from now.
Mm-hmm.
I get the whole not wanting to have set dates because then you can kind of free things up and you can wait for formats to develop and things like that. Just fucking go back to the every 3 months.
Our next ban
That would
is
be
going to
so
be
good.
like given to us halfway through the YCS again.
Yeah, we're gonna get it like the week of the YCS and it'll
Yeah.
be effective 2 weeks after.
I mean, that's what happened in the Obliteration ban list. We literally got that on the day 2 of YCS.
The stupidest thing is day 1 of YCS they announced Gearsu. August Gearsu. Everyone was like, this card's insane. August is gonna be busted. It's gonna be the best. We show up for the second day of the YCS and they're like, they banned Harp. How the fuck could they do this?
I was so upset. That entire night I was like working out ways I could do Mech Knight Orchest. Didn't stop me, by the way. Still did it.
morning of the YCS, I remember walking over and Jake's like, this Gearsu card, it's insane. You can normal summon, and then you do this, and then you can do that. And I was like, damn, that's going to be a problem. The next day I was walking out, I was like, no one's talking about Gearsu anymore. Fun times.
Just give us Harp back at one.
Please.
Then I can play the deck. I've never played it.
You and I can theorycraft Hawkers together.
Just wait until you get locked to machines and you're like, oh.
I mean, the locking to machines rarely happens. That's the lock to dark.
It's Cresendo that locks you out, yeah.
Yeah.
Look from dark from there, should it?
Locks from darks, full stop.
That's fine. You just do the Orca stuff last after you set up negates and shit.
Yeah,
It's
true.
fine. Next question. Next 2 questions actually comes to us from 6R6.
Hello.
To what level do you think a ban list should impact a tier 1 deck? Kill off the core archetype combo, no focus on archetype, and kill off generic degeneracy. He's noticed that it's a lot more archetype-centric in the meta, that there's like not a lot of shared, like boards don't end the same between decks, like it's not super generic.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you think it should be more a case of killing off the archetype that's in the tier or the generic cards that are existing within those higher up decks?
I'm always a fan of hit the archetype.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see other decks get punished for a deck doing good. So I'm always very much on the side of, like, hit that shit. Get rid of that.
But then you've got like cards like Pot of Prosperity.
Yeah, which I don't want to see get hit. I think all decks should have access to consistency. Yes, it pushes power creep higher for, like, the really good decks, But it also puts less pressure on Konami to have to print every fucking deck to be like, here's a spell that searches a monster, here's a monster that searches spells. You have access to your entire combos off these 2 cards. Off you go.
My problem with Pot of Prosperity is that you cycle through 1/8 of your deck.
The issue is finding side deck cards.
That's
the problem.
yes.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, I would rather Pot of Greed than Pot of Prosperity.
Yeah, just because you don't get the look.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But then you can't draw for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, Pot of Greed or rather win. Draw 2. For the rest of this turn, you cannot draw.
Yeah.
It's extravagance.
Yeah, but there's no cost. I want my extra deck.
Okay.
Does Extravagance stop you from drawing?
Yes.
Yeah, it also
Okay.
has that.
Yeah.
You also have to activate it at the start of main phase 1. The amount of times like my opponent started playing and then got activated Extravagance, I'm like, nope. Put it back.
No.
Next question.
Next question is, again from 6 out 6. Do you prefer Floodgate spells / traps or Floodgate effect monsters? And which is better for the game? None of them. Fuck them off.
Depends on the Floodgate.
It does depend on the Floodgate. So, and it depends on whether it's static or if it's just activate one and done.
Also depends on its attack and defense.
Yes. So, static Floodgates are... I don't want to say acceptable because then I feel like I'm giving them a pass, but I feel like they're the better of the two. Whereas if you've got like a D-barrier level Floodgate that just activates, and unless you happen to have a negate on the board, which if you're going second you probably don't, that's it. You're locked out of that aspect of the game. That's fucked. Monsters, same sort of thing. If you don't happen to have the out at that exact moment, that's also fucked. Yeah. That's kind of where I stand on that.
Linger effects.
So, I am big against high attack monsters having no special summon clauses, like Vanity's Fiend.
Yes.
Those are big no-nos. No. Like, you can put a no special summon clause on Fossil Diner because you can attack over the Fossil Diner. Like, when they get big stuff like a 2,400 attack monster that you can't special summon into, that's when things start to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a bit excessive there.
It's like that, the big fairy vanities, Archwell Christia.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all a bit fucked.
Huge cards that are just like, no.
Never
You
mind
can't
the
even
fact,
kaiju this.
never mind the fact that he plays fucking Nishatos in his fucking rescue ace deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, this meta at the moment, you have to play it
You gotta play turn skips.
to get that free win.
Banish
See, that's the terminology that's fucked.
free win.
You have to play it to get a free win? Yes. No. Earn your win like a fucking, I don't want to say man because that's sexist, but like a normal fucking person. Fuck your floodgates off.
Like a human being.
No, we're not those either.
What, alien?
I don't know what we are. We're not human though. Last question. Oh wait, no, that's the one we already did. That was the last question.
And on that shocking bombshell.
Thank you all very much for listening and watching. Just a quick reminder as well, we are only 4 days away from the close-off of the Mega Banlist tournament. Link is in the Discord for both C4G and for NolanTCG.
I will remember to make a community
What are you going to do then?
This week.
Are you sure?
No.
I even sent you a reminder and you ignored it.
You gotta remind me when I'm at home.
Hey Ben,
Do it.
I'll do it tonight when I'm editing.
you'll do it the second we're done this podcast.
No, because I have to edit the Banlist template thing on the interwebs, and then I go done.
But anyway, links are in the Discord. It's for Beyond Blue, really fantastic charity. $5 to move a card, one space, $10 to move it any more than that. You can't move cards that have already been moved. Close off is this Thursday at midnight. So get your bans and unbans in before then. And then the tournaments are on the 17th and 19th of December. If you happen to be in the area, it'd be awesome to see you there. It's here in Wollongong.
that's the area.
There is awkwardly a regional on the same day, but that regional's booked out, so don't go to the regional if you haven't got a spot. Come and play Yu-Gi-Oh with us.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, feel free to jump into our Discord, like and subscribe, do the things, and we'll catch you all next week. Peace.